虫が多いから。
Top 10 Magic School Animes. Magic School in animes aren't just about learning magic. In fact, they mostly aren't. It's about the atmosphere, the otherworldly conflicts, powers, and stuff. Very intriguing, right? Today we'll be talking about such animes, the top 10 Magic School animes. Well then, shall we begin? At number 10, Ange-Vyush. Based on a card game, Ange-Vyush is an anime about girls who come from different worlds in order to participate in a war against aliens. Now you must be wondering, if they come from different worlds, doesn't that make them aliens to each other? Well, the way these worlds work is rather different. There is a blue world, a black one, a white one, a green one, and a red one. Something supernatural happens and these worlds end up fusing together, though this also triggers some insane powers to awaken within teenage girls. 5 girls who have never ever met each other under ordinary circumstances come together to study in an academy built on an isolated island along with many others. So if you want a magic anime with plenty of cute girls and reoccurring fan service, this is it.
ウロボロスの反応あり。来る。みんな、行くよー。
Number 9. Dragonar Academy. If you have had enough of cute cat girls, but one can never get enough of cute girls, how about an anime with a cute dragon girl? There is an academy where students learn how to tame and ride dragons. Most students perfectly nail it, some might struggle a little, but there is hardly anyone who can't even get his dragon to come out of the egg. A guy named Ash Blake happens to be such a guy. His dragon is just not coming out, and since he is supposed to become a dragon master in the future, everyone just laughs at how poor he is at all. Though this all changes when one day the egg finally hatches. And what's this? Instead of a normal dragon, what came out is a cute little dragon girl. Plus, she starts asserting dominance the moment she comes out. Number 8. Didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life? The protagonist named Misato Kurihara is a young Japanese girl who died and then got isekai to another world. Here she spent 10 years of her life as a kid, completely unaware of the fact that she had been reincarnated. That is until she turns 10 years old and finally remembers everything. She remembered how boring her previous life was. She was a mutant prodigy, genius at most everything she did. This also resulted in nobody becoming friends with her, which is why she always wished for a normal life if she ever got reincarnated. But it happens. However, she didn't get what she wanted. All of her stats are on steroids. Plus, she is the daughter of a noble. Now, in order to try and get away from it all, she leaves her place and starts attending some kind of hunter academy far away.
母性の象徴たる胸、それがないことに泣きべそをかきつつも、お母さんみたいに必死に甘やかしてくれる美少女とか。みんな、ありがとう。
Number 7. World Break, Aria of Curse for a Holy Swordsman. There's a fantasy world where there exists the type of folk who somehow manage to retain the memories of their previous lives. They are, of course, extremely valuable people. So a private academy was created to help them understand their potential and then also become able to defeat supernatural creatures called metaphysicals. Now, these folks are divided into 2 categories. There are those who can summon offensive weapons, and then there are those who specialize in using magic. The protagonist named Moroha comes across a girl but realizes that not only was she his sister in a previous life, he himself was the prince. From there on out, it's a series of similar events where he realizes that there are many at this academy who happen to have some kind of connection to him. Well, since this is a harem anime, you could probably expect how it'll turn out.
俺から奪っていくやつを絶対に許さね
Number 6. Macadamia wa Shoi. A young guy named Takuto Hasegawa appears to be a normal student on the surface. Little does anyone know that he not just attends one school, he attends two of them. One in his actual world and the other in the world of magic. One fateful day, as he is screwing around in his magic school, he summons an unknown being named Tanerote. If this was some other anime, she would have been the overpowered protagonist. She is uber strong and can wreak havoc in Takuto's world on a whim. Fortunately, since he is her summoner, she is super loyal to him. I'd say if you're looking for a light fantasy comedy, this anime definitely checks the boxes. Alright guys, a quick question here, who is your favorite isekai waifu? I'm quite interested in the waifu tastes of my subscribers, so do share your picks. Also, like and subscribe, it's always appreciated. Well then, let's get back to the list. Number 5. 07 Ghost. Inside the Burshurg Empire, there exists a prestigious military academy that has made a name for itself when it comes to producing elite soldiers who will most definitely bring victory to the Empire. The students at this academy use a power called Xiphon to fight and do other cool stuff, though the nature of this magical power differs for everybody. The protagonist named Taito Klein is amongst the Academy's most exceptional students, but despite his skill set, he is constantly made fun of by other students for being a slave prior to his student status here at the Academy. He doesn't have anything to get back at them either because he honestly can't recall any of his memories of his past. He becomes friends with another student named Mikage and slowly but surely gets closer to the truth, one step at a time. Number 4. Spirit Blade Mountain. Long before the events of this story, there was a prophecy that stated how comets will fall upon the world and drain out its spiritual energy. Thus, the world will then enter an age of chaos and disorder. Be that as it may, the prophecy was proven wrong because the very comets that were supposed to drain the spiritual energy just passed by and didn't do anything. Though during this time, a boy named Oriku was born. It's been 12 years since that day. The Reikenzan clan, one of the 5 major sectors, holds an examination in order to seep out talented young individuals that can be made into disciples and eventually sages. The boy makes it to the examination, but from here on out, the hard times begin. Number 3. Tokyo Ravens. A seemingly peculiar kind of magic was used by the Japanese Defense Force during the events of the Second World War. The basic intentions was to seal Japan as the dominant nation, but they failed. Rather than a display of strength, what actually happened was a disaster whose aftermath is still present to this day. In order to counter these aftermaths, an organization was established whose job is to protect people from the spiritual disasters and demons that still lie dormant in Tokyo. Now, let's refer back to the peculiar kind of magic. It has been normalized and its application can be used in various fields, though unfortunately the protagonist lacks the aptitude for it. He chooses to live a normal life instead, but will the circumstance just let him be?
お仕置きです
Number 2. The Irregular at Magic High School. In the distant future, magic and science exist in harmony with each other. In fact, it is treated like science and taught as a technical school. The protagonist named Tatsuya and his sister Miyuki are both exceptional at what they do, particularly Tatsuya. He is basically a mutant prodigy. They enrolled into a magic high school, but while Miyuki gets to be in the first course, Tatsuya ends up in the second one. There's disparity between them. The first ones are elites, while those from the second course are considered weeds. Though soon enough, everyone will come to know that Tatsuya's existence is synonymous to that of a national treasure.
走れ。
両親は君の魂を我が輩に売り飛ばしたのだよ。
悪魔に僕の魂を売った
Number 1. Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun. A 14-year-old boy named Iruma has lived quite a sad life. Despite being underage, his parents never enrolled him into a school and made him work tirelessly instead, while they themselves continue on with their lives. Though one day, they finally did what no good parent should ever do. They sell their young son to a demon for a fair amount of money. Of course, as anyone would think, Iruma wonders if he has just been sold off as demon food, though fortunately he soon realizes that's not the case. The demon simply wants a grandchild. He also makes Iruma attend a demon school. Though at the school he realizes that his new grandfather is the chairman, and now everyone more or less expects him to rise to glory and become the next demon king. That's all, folks. So what did you guys think of these animes? Have you watched them, or are you planning on watching them? Share your thoughts in the comments down below. Press that like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe and leave a comment saying I subscribed, and I'll personally reply to your comment. And don't forget the question, who is your favorite isekai waifu? Well then, I'll see you guys on my next video.